Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the recent big pieces of news that came out about Chainlink, the Graph, and Ethereum. Of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. So the first big bit of news you'll be able to see on the screen right here. Now, essentially, Chainlink just broke 1,000 integrations on the 2nd of December 2021. Of course, 1,000 integrations is a very, very big milestone, and this essentially means anybody who is using Chainlink services or anybody who is partnering with Chainlink. This could be a blockchain, it could be a decentralized application, or it could be a company. Now, one of the very cool things about this statistic is Chainlink's integrations have recently been growing exponentially. At the beginning of the year, Chainlink only had a couple hundred integrations. However, we can see that 1 month before the end of the year, Chainlink has already broken 1,000 integrations, which is absolutely huge, and it is really great to see. Of course, a lot of people are saying that Chainlink was going to hit 1,000 end of year. Now, a lot of people were talking about price. However, we can just say that Chainlink hit 1,000 integrations by the end of the year, which is another absolutely massive milestone. So, in my mind, 1,000 by the end of the year has somewhat been achieved here. Chainlink's fundamentals have been growing very, very quickly, and it's great to see. Now, some of these integrations include blockchains. There are currently 13 blockchain networks that are integrated with Chainlink. Now, I don't have all of these off the top of my head. However, just to name a few, there's the Ethereum network, and of course, the Chainlink smart contract is deployed on top of the Ethereum network. Link is an ERC20 token. Of course, there's a whole bunch of other networks such as Avalanche, Cardano, Solana, Elrond, Harmony, and more. So there's a bunch of different blockchain networks integrated with Chainlink, and of course this adds more fundamental value. If any blockchain network actually wants to have a flourishing decentralized finance ecosystem and a very, very good gaming ecosystem, they are going to need Chainlink. Of course, there's stacks and stacks of companies that are integrated with Chainlink. I've talked about a lot of these extensively this year. However, just to remind you on a couple, Amazon Web Services is integrated with Chainlink, the Associated Press is integrated with Chainlink, Google is integrated with Chainlink, and Swift is also integrated with Chainlink. So these are some absolutely massive integrations. Some of the biggest companies in the world are actually using it. Of course, as I said before, there are stacks of decentralized applications using Chainlink. The biggest decentralized application right now is Aave, and Aave has tens of billions of dollars locked into it. Of course, they do use Chainlink for their price feeds. There's also a whole bunch of other decentralized applications such as Synthetics, and they really do need Chainlink to actually operate. Now, if you've been following Chainlink's Twitter channel, you'll know that there's a lot of verifiable randomness function integrations. Essentially, Chainlink's VRF makes it easy to verify if an event is random. Basically, every single blockchain video game needs this to some extent, and a large amount of Chainlink's integrations are coming from blockchain video games that are integrating and incorporating Chainlink's VRF function. Of course, this continues to add more value to the Chainlink ecosystem, and this is really something that I do like to see. As we can see, this chart right here shows the exponential growth in Chainlink's integrations. Back in 2018, Chainlink only had a few integrations. However, fast forward to the end of 2021 and Chainlink already has 1,000 integrations. In fact, just in Q3 of 2021, Chainlink had 865 integrations, and only a couple months later, this has already climbed to 1,000. This shows that Chainlink really is exponentially growing. Also, another important thing to note is back in the second quarter of 2020, Chainlink's price was around $15 or so. Of course, Chainlink had hardly any integrations back then. However, right now, Chainlink's price is only roughly $25 to $30, and it has a lot more integrations. Of course, this shows that the fundamentals don't necessarily always line up with the price. However, over the long term, I believe the fundamentals will catch up. Back in Q2 of 2020, Chainlink was overvalued in the short term. However, right now, I do believe Chainlink is undervalued in the short term, and hopefully we see see Chainlink continue to rise as its fundamentals do so. An important thing to stress is that integrations mean more value for the Chainlink ecosystem. Every time someone integrates with Chainlink, what they are doing is they are purchasing Chainlink services. If you're using verifiable randomness function, you need to purchase this from a Chainlink validator, and you need to buy link tokens in order to do this. Of course, this gives Chainlink a good level of fundamental value. Link tokens need to be purchased in order to pay for Link services, and the more services that Link is able to provide to more and more people and more blockchains, the more fundamental value Chainlink will accrue, which is of course very, very good. I do see a lot of people saying that cryptos have no fundamental value whatsoever. However, this is a little bit of a myth. Chainlink has extensive fundamental value, and I do expect to see it grow into the future. So, that was essentially the end of the Chainlink news, and I want to talk about some other big pieces of news over the past week that's related to smart contract blockchains. The first big one is from the Graph protocol. Essentially, Ethereum is going down the path of statelessness. What this means and what statelessness means is it means that individuals that are running a validator node do not need to verify the entire chain. They don't need to sync the entire chain back from Genesis and take a look at all of the data that has happened. So this is going to make it a lot easier to run a validator node, and all this will mean is that individuals will need to keep in sync with the blockchain over the past year or so. Overall, what this will actually do is it will make Ethereum more decentralized, because more people will be able to run validator nodes as they won't need to worry about the whole chain. It will also make Ethereum a lot faster, as it will be easier for these validator nodes to actually process blocks when they don't need to sync the entire chain from Genesis. Of course, this leads to the question, Ethereum is an immutable base layer. Every single transaction on the Ethereum network is stored there forever. So how will these transactions actually be recorded if individuals don't sync the chain from Genesis? Of course, this would have been a problem a couple of years ago. However, we have a lot of solutions right now. The first huge solution is the Graph protocol. Essentially, what the Graph protocol does is it collects all of Ethereum's data and it repackages this data in an easy to understand way for users and decentralized applications. What this means is the Graph will be able to store all of Ethereum's data from Genesis and repackage it in a very easy way for individuals to draw from. This means that if people want to see transactions that happened 6 years ago on the Ethereum network, they'll be able to go over to the Graph network and they'll be able to do this. Of course, the Graph protocol is completely decentralized and it's operated via economic incentives, which means they cannot manipulate this. Of course, a bunch of other protocols will be doing this to actually check. There should be decentralized autonomous organizations that do this, and individuals will still be able to run validator nodes that sync the chain from Genesis. Of course, what this will mean is there will still be enough data for Ethereum's previous state. It just means that some of the newcomers who might struggle to run a validator node will be able to choose the statelessness option. Of course, I actually believe that this is a very, very good idea, and most blockchains are going down this path. If you've been watching the way that Avalanche is scaling a lot through statelessness, and I do believe that this is one of the better ways to scale. Now, another thing that I want to discuss with the Graph is there was just 1 billion daily queries on it. Essentially, every time someone looks at an application that uses the Graph, well, that is a query to the Graph. Of course, the Graph having 1 billion daily queries shows that it's being used by all of the biggest apps on the Ethereum network, and this is very, very good for it. Every time there is a query, some GRT is paid to an indexer, which also adds a significant amount of fundamental value to it, and this is one of the other coins that I like to hold. Now, one of the other big bits of news that I wanted to discuss that I kind of missed is that Ethereum has just burned over 1 million Ether. As we can see, Ethereum has currently burned 1.1 million Ether, which by today's standards is roughly $5 billion. Of course, this is an absolutely massive amount, and this is adding more fundamental value to ETH. We know that EIP 1559 came out back in August, at the beginning of August, I do believe, and this has meant that the base fee off every single transaction is being burned. Of course, this means that some of the active supply is being reduced, it improves the tokenomics of Ethereum, and it is quite a good idea. Anyway, this brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, Chainlink just hit 1,000 integrations, and this channel also wants to hit 1,000 subscribers. Help us get to 1,000 by the end of the year, and it would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching the video.